Hey, we're going over your grammar assignment for the week, and I'm going to go through and read the slides out loud to you and go over some instructions so you'll know what to do. So this week, grammar is going to be about adverbs. And on the first slide is definitions, and you have to drag the answers to each question. All right, so you have two questions. You have what is an adverb? And then what do adverbs tell us? All right, then you have two blue boxes here at the bottom. So these are your two answers. So you have to choose which answer matches the correct question. Okay? So I'm going to read both of these blue boxes. How, where, when, or how often. And the next blue box is words that modify verbs, adjectives, or another adverb. I'm going to read those again. How, where, when, or how often. And then the next blue box, words that modify verbs, adjectives, or another adverb. So you have to match the answers with the correct question. And all you do is just click and hold it, and then you're going to drag it wherever it's supposed to go. Okay? And then it just stays there. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. And this one is called Sort It. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to drag the answers to each question. Now remember, adverbs answer each of these questions. They answer how often, when, or where. How often, when, or where. So then we're going to look at each of these words in the blue box, and I'm going to read them out loud, and you have to click and drag them to which word answers which questions. All right, so I'm going to read the words. Kindly, inside, often, sweetly, cautiously, soon, yesterday, usually, once, away, quickly, outside, carefully, sometimes, now. All right, so let's do one of these. I'm going to choose quickly right here. All right. The boy ran quickly away. All right, so that would be how the boy ran. How did the boy run? He ran quickly. So we're going to click and drag quickly in the how box. Okay? And that's how that works. You have to choose which word goes in each one of the questions. All right, the next slide is write it. Brainstorm adverbs for each category. Okay, so now, like on the last slide, on the sorted slide, they gave you words to sort. Now it's your turn to think of words in your mind and you write them down in each category. So how is the first column. How often, when, and where. Okay, so you have to think in your mind which adverbs answer those questions and type them in each column. All right, the next slide is write it. Write the adverb in each sentence in the box on the right. Write the adverb in each sentence in the box on the right. All right, so I'm going to read each of the sentences. And as I'm reading, I want you to think, what is the adverb in the sentence? And you're going to type it in the green box to the right. All right. So the first one says, she spoke softly to the baby. She spoke softly to the baby. How did she speak? Softly. So our adverb is softly, and that answers the question, how. All right, so then over here I would click and I would type in softly. And that's how you do it, okay? Next, number 2. The rain fell hard during the storm. The rain fell hard during the storm. Okay, so you have to determine what the adverb is, find the adverb, and write it in the green box. Number 3, my little brother angrily slammed the door. Excuse me. My little brother angrily slammed the door. Number 4, I walked upstairs to go to bed. I walked upstairs to go to bed. Number 5, I always wash the dishes after supper. I always wash the dishes after supper. Number 6, I absolutely want to go to the park. I absolutely want to go to the park. Number 7, I often brush my dog's fur coat. I often brush my dog's fur coat. And number 8, the hail fell everywhere. The hail fell everywhere. All right, and then we have one more slide, and it is called Find It. Identify the adverb in each sentence and write if it tells how, where, or when. So the first step is we have to identify the adverb, and then the second step is to determine whether it tells us when, where, or how. All right, so we're going to do number 1 together. Sandy ran quickly to my house this morning. Sandy ran quickly to my house this morning. All right, so what I like to do is identify the verb first, and that helps me be able to identify the adverb. So I know the verb in this sentence is ran. That is what the action that Sandy is doing, ran. Okay, so I'm going to type ran here, because I'm going to type the adverb here. So she ran. How did she run? Quickly. The verb is ran, and she ran quickly. Quickly describes the verb how she ran. Okay, so I'm going to put quickly here because I know that's the adverb. And remember we said it describes how she ran. So here you would type how. And actually it's already typed, so I'm just going to leave it there. All right. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to read the rest of the questions. All right, the next one is she went to the store at 5 o'clock. She went to the store at 5 o'clock. All right, the next one. He kindly said thank you to the sales clerk. He kindly said thank you to the sales clerk. The next one. The athlete ran wildly in the race. The athlete ran wildly in the race. Next, I can run faster than Josh can. I can run faster than Josh can. All right, next one. He walked around. He walked around. All right, the next one. I like to skip outside in the sun. I like to skip outside in the sun. The next one. I visited my grandma yesterday. I visited my grandma yesterday. Next one. The bird flew high in the sky. The bird flew high in the sky. And the last one. I couldn't find my cat anywhere. I couldn't find my cat anywhere. All right, guys, I know you're all going to do awesome with this. Just take your time, okay?